Welcome to the Rick Ellis Real Estate Show. This is your weekly roundup for the Arizona real estate market, and I got a couple numbers wrong that I thought were going to happen. One has really shocked me. The other one I got wrong, but I think I got wrong in a good way. So what's the first number I got wrong? And then I'm going to talk to you about some of the news we're seeing on mortgage applications. So stick with me on this one. I got a lot of stuff to dissect. So I said that it was going to be really slow going in Thanksgiving week. Why? Because it always is. None of you bought a house on Thanksgiving Day. And I said, we've been running about 2,450 to 2,500 closings, not closings, contracts every 7 days. And I said, we'll get down to about 2,100, 2,200. Boy, was I wrong. More of you stayed home than I thought. I'm looking at a number of 1,891. That's how many contracts have been written in the past 7 days. Way lower than I thought it would be. What's the impact? Well, here's the other shocker. I predicted that listings, the total listing count, will start to come down. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. And that is that, let's see, here we are, active listings. I predicted it would start to come down. Just because it's a holiday. And it did. It didn't look like it here. And people were saying listings were going to grow. Not everybody. But I said, this is going to start going down. Now, I think this is going to pop right down to about there. And the reason I say that is I pulled up my 7-day moving average. And I add up new listings. Now, new listings are just listings that have come on. The people have listed their homes. We've been running anywhere from 2,700 to 3,000 over a 7-day period. 1,861. That's a pretty big drop. So after Thanksgiving, Friday, Saturday, and not Sunday yet, well, because I'm recording this Sunday afternoon, that number will show up tomorrow. Today is December 1st. 1,861. Then the other big uptick that's in there is expired listings, which usually have been running about 700. Now we're at 653, and we have 563 canceled listings. That's about average. But we did not see a whole bunch of new contracts show up, and we didn't have hardly any new listings. So now we have 752 more contracts over the 7-day listing period than we had new listings. Total reverse of what we have been seeing. You kind of expect them both to go down. That didn't happen. It's pretty wild out there. It got slow. So what am I talking about in mortgages right now? Well, home mortgage purchase applications highest since February. Now, you're probably not like me where I get emails, text messages, because I research real estate all the time, so I get all this stuff. You probably just get Amazon Black Friday sales in your inbox. I get those too. But it's hitting everybody. MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. Home mortgage purchase applications highest since February. The highlight was a 12.43% increase in purchase applications from the previous week. Now, high percentage of a small number is, yes, it's a small number. And I'm going to show you what we're looking at here. Purchase applications index. This is an index, but it's the same thing. Take a look at this. Yes, we went up 12.5%. We're still in the basement, folks, when it comes to mortgage applications. So while it's making headlines that we had this bump after the election, it's not a bump that we should pay any attention to. Because they're comparing it to a week where everybody stayed home. They stayed home because of the election. They stayed home because interest rates had gone up a little bit. Then we had the election. Interest rates came down a smidge. And they're trying to make you think that everybody went out and started purchasing homes again. I've been saying the whole time, whatever trend we've had in real estate prior to the election, it's going to remain the same after the election. I'll show you here again, right here. Here we were before the election. Here we are after the election. We just went right back to where we were. So it shouldn't be the headlines that it is, but it is. Slow news week, I guess. Average sales price per square foot is not going down. It went up a little bit. Supply and demand is still relatively tight, not growing by leaps and bounds, going up a little bit. Now we have Redfin news. Pending home sales rise after post-election surge in home tours. There we go again. The election's over. We got this surge. Mortgage applications are up. More homes are under contract. I just showed you a number. It said 1,891. This is 2 weeks after the election. That's not a huge number. Thanksgiving got in the way. But this is national news. So they're saying that pending home sales posted a big year-over-year increase this week, partly because of the boom in early-stage home buying demand we saw just after the election is translating to sales, and partly because we're comparing a period to 2/23 that included Thanksgiving. Now, you realize what that says? It says they're looking at this jump in the numbers in pending listings this week that's huge nationally, and they're comparing it to last year, which was Thanksgiving. Okay, that's not good math. Any statistician is going to say we need to wash out the holidays. You can compare anything towards Thanksgiving last year and say, holy cow, we are spiking. Things are going nuts. Now, I'm just pointing at this out because of what you see in headlines versus the real numbers. So what's our real numbers here in Arizona? Here's pending listings. Right down here, even to last year. They've dropped a little bit. We haven't seen a spike in active listings since the election. We've seen a huge dip in active listings coming. It's not going to show up till next week. Mark my word, that first chart I showed you, can't wait to get back to it. Here's our Cromford Market Index. It's flatlining now. It's in the basement. It's low. It's not going up. It is flatlining. And expired listings for the year to date, it's higher, 4932 versus last year at this time, 4530. Only a difference of, about 400 homes. Not huge, but as we get into Monday, this number will spike up again, and it'll continue to grow as we get into December, just like it did last year. In fact, you can see it here at the very end when you get to the holidays. Expired listings go through the roof. Everybody just, I'm going to take a break during the Christmas holidays and Thanksgiving holidays. If you've taken your house off the market now for whatever reason because you think it won't sell, I think that's a mistake. Can't bother to put it back on right now because it's going to be slow anyway. But the people that are out there are the serious buyers right now. And they are not going to show up in droves to your house, but you may end up with that one or two that does. And when you take your house off the market over the holidays, it doesn't lower the amount of days on market. So you may be taking it off for 45 days. And when you put it back on, it's going to pick up right where it left off. It's not going to show up as a new listing. It may show up as a price change, but you're going to be putting it back on when everybody else does. So if your home is still active, leave it there. Friday after Thanksgiving is usually the highest open house traffic ever for the entire year, just because people are visiting. Yet I didn't see a whole lot of open house signs out there this weekend. I guarantee you the real estate agents that did hold an open house are very happy about it. They met a lot of potential buyers from out of state. Now, looking forward to this week, comparing this week to last week, I'm not going to make the mistake that we just saw that Redfin did and comparing this week to last week, because it's not going to mean anything because it was a slow week. I'm going to watch the numbers and see how quickly they pop up to normal, but that's going to have to be after Thursday. So next week's Sunday night weekly update will give you a little bit more of an idea how fast we're getting it back to normal, but I don't expect to. There isn't any news out that says that we're going to see a significant drop in interest rates. In fact, most of the articles that I'm reading are showing us that we're going to stay right where we're at, which is about 6.93. Going to go up a little, down a little. Very slow this past week because most of the bond traders took the week off. So there's no catalyst to make sales explode. But any tiny movement that goes up now, trust me when I tell you, people are going to gravitate to it. They're going to make a headline out of it. Same goes if things start to turn down a little bit. They're going to go, is 2025 going to be even worse than 2024? What can we expect? But here's the fun part. Today's December 1st. It's prediction season, my friends. I'll be coming out with videos showing what everybody else is predicting. and what they predicted last year, who nailed it and who was wrong. It's my favorite time of the year. I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I did. I'm still full. We will see you over the course of the week. Take care.